Hello Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. The veteran's departure to a Pacific rival would be a significant blow to the Warriors. The Golden State Warriors' decision regarding veteran guard Chris Paul is set to play a crucial role in their plans for the upcoming months. Paul, who is 39, holds a non-guaranteed $30 million contract for the next season. Given the franchise's exorbitant payroll and their desire to avoid the NBA's second apron tax, it is anticipated that the Warriors will either waive Paul or guarantee part, or all, of his contract to use in a trade. If the 12-time All-Star is waived by Golden State or another team post-trade, he would become a free agent for the first time in his illustrious career. The possibility of Chris Paul moving from the Golden State Warriors to the Los Angeles Lakers has been described as a real possibility. After a successful year with the Warriors as a backup point guard for the first time in his career, Paul is expected to attract several suitors if he becomes a free agent ahead of his 20th season in the league. One of those suitors could be the Lakers, with Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report telling Jovan Buha of The Athletic that Paul's move to the Lakers is a real possibility. There's a reasonable chance he gets traded or simply cut by the Warriors. He and LeBron obviously have a close relationship. There's a universe where the Lakers sign Chris Paul. It makes a lot of sense to me. Is Chris coming for the minimum? I don't know. I don't want to say he's cheap for the Lakers, but in the absence of a better offer, I can see that. Given that the Warriors hold Paul's future in their hands, few rival fans will sympathize if they decide to move on. However, the franchise may hope to bring Paul back on a smaller deal, though this leaves them vulnerable to him choosing a different destination. A specific move to the Lakers would be a gut punch for the Warriors, especially if it's close to a minimum contract. Paul was set to join the Lakers in a blockbuster trade in 2011, only for the league to veto the deal. A close relationship with LeBron James could lure Paul to the Lakers on a budget-friendly deal, with Golden State themselves having attempted to pair the two when they made an impressive move for James at the midseason trade deadline. Paul averaged 9.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 6.8 assists in 58 games for the Warriors after being acquired in a trade centered around Jordan Poole last offseason. NBA rumors: Warriors likely to be active in offseason shakeup. In the wake of the Golden State Warriors' disappointing exit from the play-in tournament, it became evident that a particular name would dominate trade discussions this offseason. According to Logan Murdoch of The Ringer, the day after the Warriors' elimination, league sources believe that Andrew Wiggins will be included in trade talks this summer as the Warriors look to improve their roster. A recent report, however, suggests that Andrew Wiggins has a strong chance of staying with the Golden State Warriors next season. Just over a month after Murdoch's report, Tim Kawakami of The Athletic offered a fresh perspective on Wiggins' future in an article published Tuesday. Despite significant speculation about Wiggins' future ahead of the February trade deadline, Kawakami now suggests that if the Canadian forward were to be traded, it likely would have happened already. While his $26.3 million salary for next season is useful in any July trade match, and I believe the Warriors considered trading him last February, the disparity between his trade value and his actual value to the Warriors as their best on-ball defender makes it complicated. If Wiggins were to be traded, it likely would have happened already. Tim Kawakami. Kawakami's assessment of Wiggins' value to Golden State as being far greater than his perceived value in league circles is spot on. This is despite the 2022 All-Star's career-worst season, where he averaged 13.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.7 assists while shooting 45.3% from the field and 35.8% from beyond the arc. The primary challenge in trading Wiggins lies in the Warriors' current lack of forwards on their roster. Klay Thompson has historically been a shooting guard, head coach Steve Kerr has yet to show consistent confidence in Moses Moody, and Jonathan Kuminga is currently seen as a power forward due to his inability to command respect from defenses beyond the arc. Trading Wiggins this offseason would likely necessitate a direct upgrade in the type of player he is, for example, acquiring someone like Mikal Bridges. Even a player like Brandon Ingram would be an offensive upgrade but could pose defensive challenges for Golden State. Kawakami believes the Warriors are more likely to package Chris Paul's non-guaranteed $30 million contract along with future assets in a trade, although this could also hinge on the future of veteran shooter Klay Thompson, who is approaching free agency. Warriors Insider suggests former top 10 pick as solution for Otto Porter Jr. void. Since Otto Porter Jr.'s departure following the 2022 championship, the Golden State Warriors have struggled to fill the void left by the now-retired fan favorite. In an effort to replace Porter, the Warriors signed JaMychal Green and Dario Saric over the past 2 seasons. Although both had their moments, neither provided the high-level consistency that Porter brought to the team. Signing Jalen Smith in free agency could be Golden State Warriors' answer to replacing Otto Porter Jr. Securing a three-point shooting threat in the April 5th position should again be a top priority for Golden State this offseason. Players like Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green, Tracy Jackson-Davis, and Kevin Looney are not known for their prowess beyond the arc. In an article outlining potential offseason targets for the Warriors, Tim Kawakami of The Athletic highlighted former top 10 pick Jalen Smith as a compelling free agent option to fill Porter's role. The Phoenix Suns' 2020 first-round pick played well at times for the Pacers this season, shooting an impressive 42.4% from three-point range. However, he was removed from the rotation in the playoffs. If the Warriors can secure him for a few years with the mid-level exception, he could be the new Otto Porter Jr., but with more money and less wear and tear. Tim Kawakami. Golden State will likely have access to the taxpayer mid-level exception this offseason, potentially enabling them to acquire someone like Smith. The 24-year-old has a $5.4 million player option for the upcoming season, but Kawakami believes he might decline it to secure a more lucrative long-term deal. Smith averaged 9.9 points and 5.5 rebounds in 17.2 minutes per game for the Pacers this season, shooting 42.4% from beyond the arc on 2.4 attempts per game. The key question is whether this shooting performance is sustainable or an outlier, given his career average of 33.5% from three-point range. As a former top 10 pick, Smith is an intriguing option. He is young enough to potentially develop into a key rotation player for years to come, though he is not the seasoned veteran with proven playoff experience that the Warriors might ideally target, especially given Stephen Curry's championship window. Draymond Green's revealing statement on potentially succeeding Steve Kerr. Draymond Green's future might include coaching. The Golden State Warriors endured a surprisingly disappointing season, falling short of playoff contention despite their talent-laden roster. This early offseason has prompted speculation about the future of head coach Steve Kerr, who has been at the helm since 2014. According to Draymond Green, Warriors owner Joe Lacob sees Green as a potential candidate to take over when Kerr eventually steps down. While the timeline for Kerr's tenure and Green's playing career with the Warriors remains uncertain, it's intriguing to hear Green mention Lacob's interest in him as a future head coach. Despite Green's well-known on-court altercations and multiple suspensions, Lacob's consideration of him for the coaching role is surprising. Green revealed this during an episode of the Point Game podcast, expressing his honor at the thought. "I'm honored, man, with the conversations I've had with Joe Lacob over the years, and him telling me like, hey, when you're done, I could see you coaching this team when Steve Kerr is done. I'd love to see that," Green said. "That means a lot to me because it shows that the owner of the organization I play for sees me as someone who could one day lead his team. Trusting someone with such an asset isn't small, it's a big deal." Even though Steve Kerr is currently committed to his coaching role, the prospect of Green stepping into a coaching position someday is compelling. Draymond Green not interested in coaching right now. For now, Draymond Green has no interest in coaching or any front office role. As an active NBA player, he's focused on his playing career and not ready to consider post-retirement plans. "Honestly, I have no interest in either coaching or a front office role right now," Green admitted. "The reason is that I've been on a basketball schedule my entire life, and while it's special, you miss out on a lot." It's intriguing to contemplate where Green's career will lead him. He still has playing years ahead of him, and Steve Kerr isn't retiring anytime soon. However, the potential for Green to become a coach in the future remains if he decides to pursue it.